Hello everyone. I know I told you I was gonna go over you after I finished reading mental chemistry, but I realized that I need to start out small and go slow, and we're gonna start by teaching you about the human body and going over the human body. I just want to start by first reading a paper I wrote on the human senses. Um, After this, I will be going over the nervous system with you, and then I'm going to go over the muscles, and then the skeletal system, and how all three of these systems work together to produce movement within the human body. So, the human senses. The senses. The human body is a phenomenal organism. It is composed of a mass of molecules divided into 13 functional systems, all being ran and regulated by the human brain and the heart. Out of all these systems, the human sensory system is by far one of my favorites. It consists of the five senses of the physical body: touch, taste, smell, sight, and hearing. The first of these I would like to cover are the functions of the touch. Touch. The body uses its touch receptors to pinpoint what it's positioning and what it's physically feeling. There are nerve receptors located and found all over the body. These receptors are known as free nerve endings, Merkel's corpuscles, Meissner's corpuscles, and Pacinian corpuscles. The most common of these receptors are the free nerve endings, which are responsible for sensing pain, pressure, and temperature, in addition to the touch. Merkel's and Meissner's corpuscles are in charge for detecting light touches, such as running a feather along the surface of your skin. The Pacinian corpuscles are the farthest receptors beneath your skin. They are the senses for deep pressure, for example, the lifting of weights and vibrations like a bass at a concert. The touch receptors of Merkel's, Meissner's, and Pacinian corpuscles all are nerve endings that have capsules at the end, while the free nerve endings are uncovered and freely rooted out. Smell. The next general sense of the physical human body is the smell. When you smell, odors are passing through and out of your nasal cavity, which is your nose. Inside the nasal cavity is what is called olfactory receptors, located at the roof of the nasal cavity. These receptors are what's stimulated by the cilia, or tiny hairs attached to the receptors, and give odors their detailed smell. Nerve impulses from the cilia travel to the olfactory bulb, then the olfactory senses in the brain. The sense of smell is thousands of times stronger than the sense of taste. It can detect over 10,000 odors, which in turn leads to the next sense in the human body, the taste. Taste. Whether you're eating, drinking, or just chewing something, the taste buds on your tongue are in constant action to give you its flavor. The tongue has around 10,000 taste buds on the surface alone, and each one of these buds have about 25 sensory receptor cells that are composed of tiny taste hairs that are exposed to food or any liquid compound dissolved by the saliva. The tongue is said to be divided into 4 areas, each responsible for determining what it is you're tasting. These factors are sour, bitter, salty, or sweet. When combining odors with these factors, it will generate a more detailed and subtle taste. And only when taste and smell work together, or only when smell is working together with taste, can you actually taste something, because people that don't have a sense of smell can't taste their food. Sight. In addition to the physical senses of touch, smell, and taste, there is also sight. Your sense of vision is really an outstanding feature when it comes to its function. When capturing an image of the physical world, the cornea of the eye focuses on the light rays, and the lens produces an image on the retina that is upside down. Stimulated cells on the retina produce electrical signals, which travel along the optic nerve to the brain. It is there that the image will be perceived as upright. When in a well-lit room, the pupil will constrict, limiting the amount of light that enters into your eye. When in a dark and dimmed room, the pupil will dilate and open to intake as much light as possible. These are really one of the basic functions of the eye. Each eye has its own individual view and perception, and the brain receives from both and molds it into one whole picture. Last but not least is hearing. Last but certainly not least is the sense of hearing and perceiving sound. The process of hearing, in my humble opinion, is just as interesting as the function of the sight. Our ability to hear depends on the series of events occurring inside of the ear. Sound waves in the air are picked up as vibrations and transmitted to the corti in the inner ear, which is the receptor for hearing. Inside the corti, the physical vibrations are then depicted by the sensory hair cells. That responds and goes on to produce electrical waves. These signals are carried by the nerves to the brain, where they are interpreted and result in the sound you are hearing. In conclusion to all of the functional systems of the body, this study was strictly focused on the process of the 5 physical senses. The touch, smell, taste, sight, and hearing are all of the body's ways of interpreting and responding to the physical world. And that will be the end of my essay on the human senses. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please subscribe and share this video. I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. We're about to be talking about the nervous system.